Our trip to Cuba. From Toronto to Varadero on Sunwing. It is a 3.5-hour flight. Varadero Beach. Voted one of the best beaches in the world. Welcome to paradise in real life. It's a best spot to take some memorable pictures. This is one of those beaches you see on the cover of brochures and travel magazines, and it promises to leave you feeling relaxed, cultured, and grateful to experience such beauty. We met Alberto in downtown Varadero. We hired him as our tour guide, and he took us on the Varadero trip on a horse carriage. It was lots of fun. We stop over at all the major tourist spots for pictures and sightseeing. Casa de Al, also known as Al Capone's house. His beautiful beachfront house, dating from the 1920s, is now one of the best restaurants in Varadero. Legend says that well-known gangster Al Capone may have been the owner of this beach house in the late 20s, although a sign at the restaurant's door states that he never actually lived there. But one thing's for sure, the Chicago mobster did favor Cuba with his repeated presence during the Prohibition era. We bought some fresh coconut at this same beach. It was a very hot summer day. We went to eat lunch at this restaurant situated behind the Varadero street market. Very expensive and very mediocre service and food quality. Meet Tinker Bell. She is a super friendly hawk. We met her at the resort. A majestic hawk sitting gracefully on the shoulder. This was captured forever in the photographs. The amazing and super friendly chef takes out a raw egg, juggles it playfully, then cracks it one-handed, letting the yolk bounce on the grill before splitting it with a spatula, making all of us gasp. It was fun to watch. The chef quickly flips a shrimp in the air, and we playfully open our mouth, catching it like a pro.
to make the roof, thatched roof, the wood to make the walls, and the house is built not far from a royal palm, which acts as a natural protection against lightnings. The lightning will strike the palm and not the house. Then, 3 months. Sorry. 3 provinces today. Matanzas ends after the bridge. Yes. Matanzas ends after the bridge. Then we crossed Mayabeque, another native word, and the third one, Havana today. The Cuban provinces are much smaller than the ones you have in Canada. Look at the red billboard on the right.
Visiting the iconic Revolution Square in Havana is like stepping back in time to a pivotal moment in history. The vast expanse, surrounded by grandiose structures and José Martí Memorial, is a testament to Cuba's revolutionary past. One of the best parts of our visit to Cuba was the visit to the Cuevas de Belamar. The cave in the Matanzas. Cost to enter in the cave is $5 each person, and if you want to take pictures, you have to pay $5 extra. To enter the cave, you have to descend down 163 steps that can be a bit slippery from the humidity of the cave. Once down in the cave, be greeted by the spectacular stalagmites and stalactites. Quarter crystal adorn the walls of the cave. This excursion is not for those who are claustrophobic, asthmatic, and who have trouble breathing or walking. There are 2 fountains. One to keep your youth and one for the love. Breathtakingly beautiful, they are a veritable hotbed of scientific and historical knowledge to add to the country's cultural heritage. The cave is dated back to 3 million years and are one of Cuba's natural treasures. This was discovered in 1861 by an accidental worker of the landowner Manuel Santos Parga. He adequately conditioned them and provided the services of a guide with the intention of turning the Belamar Caves into a tourist center. The cave guide explains things very well, and photographs are a must of the formations, you will see. The remains of birds and vertebrate animals from the Quaternary era have been found in them. As if this were not enough, its strange geological formations will arouse your interest if you are passionate about crystallography or speleology. The walk back up to the top is very challenging as it gets hot and humid as you climb up the stairs. This trip was the part of our day visit to the city of Matanzas. We went with Alberto, our tourist guide, in a classic car with air condition. It was reasonably comfortable ride. Matanzas is the capital of the Cuban province of Matanzas. Known for its poets, culture, and Afro-Cuban folklore, it is located on the northern shore of the island of Cuba, on the Bay of Matanzas, 90 kilometers east of the capital Havana and 32 kilometers west of the resort town of Varadero. Matanzas is the second largest province in Cuba after that of Havana and one of the most important due to its contribution towards the economic development of the island. It is located in western Cuba, and apart from the highlands in the northwest and center of the province, the entire surface of Matanzas is flat. Due to its tropical weather throughout most of the year, it attracts lots of tourists looking for some sun and the beach, so it's a good thing Matanzas boasts one of the most precious jewels of Cuba, the beach town Varadero. Nevertheless, Matanzas is full of hidden treasures, so it's not only the beach that is worth finding. It is an area of great contrast, so experienced travelers will love its beauty and diversity. Under the wonderful light of the Caribbean sun, you can contemplate its variety of greens, the range of colors of its more than 920 types of flowers, and the many fish in its hot waters. If spring existed in the tropic, this would be the perfect example. Stroll through the monumental historic center of the Athens of Cuba and discover the cozy Parque de la Libertad. It is about what was in 1800 the Plaza de Armas, a place where important plans have been drawn up to overthrow the government, achieve independence by fighting against the Spanish army, etc. In the center there are two statues that represent the most important set of sculptures in the city. From Italy, created by the sculptor Bumi and inaugurated in 1909, there is a first female figure, raising her arms with broken chains in her hands and shouting freedom. While just behind and 4 meters above her, stands the figure of José Martí, famous poet and founder of the Cuban Revolutionary Party. The incredible park is surrounded by some of the most relevant and characteristic buildings of Matanzas, such as the Velasco Theater, the Velasco Hotel, the original Matanzas Pharmaceutical Museum, the Spanish Casino or the City Hall building, among many others. Do not miss the opportunity to make one of the visits with the greatest cultural and historical value in the city of Matanzas. Our tourist guide brought us to our last stop, in the city of Matanzas, which was Monterrey. It is a simple but nice place for a quick visit with great views of the city. The hill overlooks the valley with old rail tracks and a farm. There is a restaurant here. Thank you for watching. Presented by Just Travel for Fun. Please like, share, and subscribe.